Good morning. Welcome to Morning Mumblings and Me. We are on Thursday. Feel like a bit of a weatherman today. So it is 10 degrees outside. We have reasonably clear skies and there is a lovely sun rising in the background every now and again when I'm in the right direction. It's quite a mild morning really. 10 degrees, I think that might be the warmest morning we've had like so far this year, maybe. Best of all, it's Thursday, which means officially if you work Monday to Friday in whatever job you do, we only have one more get up and then it's the weekend and you get to do whatever it is you have planned for the weekend. I had a bit of a bonus yesterday because I had a meeting at 2:30. I was late. Traffic was a nightmare, only by 5 minutes. But because I was already halfway home, my manager said that after the meeting I could come home. The only problem was I was shattered, and I talked a lot about migraines yesterday morning. Speaking of migraines, I have not taken my medication. Hopefully I've got some at work. So I came home and I was just achy and my head was full, and that is mainly for me at the moment. I don't feel like I've had much stress this week, but I do think a lot of it is down to the fact that the weather, the atmospheric pressure has just been up and down, up and down, up and down. I had started to record my migraine episodes on an app on my phone, but I've been really rubbish at doing it. I've done one or two, and now my app thinks I've had like a great 30 days. And really I haven't. So I need to be better at that. But yes, I ended up going to sleep and slept till about 6 o'clock and then couldn't sleep when I went to bed. So I've not had a huge amount of sleep last night. I was warm. Might need to look at what bedding we've got. I'd had the window open and then previously, and then Rob had said the other morning that he'd got woken up by some form of bird, crow, animal, cawing, whatever sound they make in the morning, and that had bothered him. So yeah, the window was shut. My other option is that I've got fans, but still you're just circulating warm air then, aren't you? So yeah, have to have a think on what to do. Maybe change some of my bedding so it's not all full of a thick duvet tog and blankets regarding our winter bedding. So that's something that I might have to look at this weekend. Because I was wide awake, too warm. I had the TV on, that was keeping Rob up, so I went downstairs on the sofa. And yeah, didn't have much sleep. But hey, we're here, it's Thursday, lots of things to feel good about regarding it's Friday tomorrow. Got a bit of a busy one today at work. I'm going to be out for most of it. I am out this morning doing home visits for some of the students / parents at their homes because they haven't attended this week for whatever reasons, but we just want to check in. Sometimes even with reasons, we still want to check in and make sure that everything is okay. And then I've got an important meeting. First time I've attended this type of meeting. Around after lunchtime. So yeah, so I'm going to be out for most of the day. I reckon I'm going to be out from about 9 till probably about 11:15, maybe a bit earlier. And then from probably about 1:15. And then hopefully my child will make his way up to me because he has a rugby training session tonight ahead of his Lancashire trial tomorrow. That could be also it. I'm so nervous for him and excited for him at the same time. He finally deserves to be recognised for his ability in rugby. He played for a long time for another club and didn't feel recognised, unfortunately. So he moved up to near where he was attending school, where I work, and also where he eventually chose to go to nautical college. So yeah, his team, and the coaches won't mind, the club won't mind me saying this if anyone ever was to, because we're all honest, don't play at the same ability as what he does. However, he would rather be with a team that accepts him more as a player and a vice captain, which he has been all season, than with a team that just weren't very accepting of him because he didn't come from a private school. And unfortunately, when he was playing for the other club, even though they recognised him on several occasions and his ability, they didn't put him forward for any trials previously, like for Lancashire or Sale Sharks. So he was quite disappointed by that and felt let down by the coaches. So yeah, his coach has recognised him this season. Last season, I don't think he spent enough time
speed camera
at his rugby club, his new rugby club, for them to nominate him for anything, although they did appreciate his ability. Whereas this season, the coach has just gone, yeah, he's just a different type of child. Now, I know Taylor could have really succeeded in rugby.
speed camera
He has the ability, he has the knowledge, certainly on his position as fullback, and ultimately you could probably whack him in most positions. Well, apart from obviously he's physically maybe not capable to do all positions, he knows what that position should be doing on the rugby pitch, and he knows all the laws, and he's very confident in that.
speed camera
So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's going to be a long day because I've got work, then I'm getting to finish early so I can get home, get changed. Don't want to be going to the trials in a dress and boots, and then we can take ourselves off to Lee Rugby Club for the trials. I want to get there in advance. Last week 2 of my other lads from the team had theirs. We set off about 4:30, 4:45, maybe just after 5, and we got there after 6. So I need to make sure that I set off in plenty of time. Don't want to rush Taylor. I'd rather be there. I think the rugby club opens at 4, so that I want to be there for about 1:30 to ensure, maybe even a little bit earlier, but the traffic might not be as bad if we're setting off at that time. So he's got time to get settled and get his head in the game. So yeah, it's all a little bit exciting and nerve-wracking, and obviously I've said to his coach this year, because I've been managing the team, and I don't know, I've not really spoke about that this week. I've been managing the team all season, and I did say to the coach, I said, please don't pick Taylor as vice captain, please don't nominate him if you don't think he's got the ability to. Earlier on in the season, Taylor said that he might have, would have maybe potentially liked to have gone and completed the Leicester Tigers Academy trials, and the coach was really honest with him and said that Taylor, because he hasn't been playing at the level that the other lads in Leicester will have been playing at, because it's such a rugby area, there's so many rugby clubs, and the standard is so high that he'll probably just look very lost in that. And I think Taylor understood actually that our coach didn't want Taylor to go to it and feel let down. Taylor's got a little bit of a plan in his head of what he wants to do rugby wise in the future. I will stick by him. Like, he could have had the opportunity to do more, but probably, as most teenagers, how much does he do outside of the rugby club? And that's where I get frustrated with him, because I want him to succeed in rugby to whatever level he wants to be at, and but at the same time he needs to help himself. There's things that he can be doing. We can advise, we can try, we can support, offer of buying a gym membership, offer of people taking him to the gym, all these things. But ultimately, at his age, it is honestly down to him. So I'll just go with what works well for him. Like I said, he potentially has a plan after he's finished college, on what he'd like to do. So we'll, if I'm still doing these, then I've still got a YouTube channel, I've still got TikToks and stuff. I'm sure you'll find out about it if and what he decides to do, or where he gets up to. I know tomorrow I'm not going to find out if he's been selected or not, so I think the next week or so is going to be really tough, because I'm going to be forever checking my emails, I think, to find out if he's been selected. Like I said, they had a trial session, trials last Friday with 70 lads. I think this Friday is due to be another 70 lads. And they've got to get that down to maybe a team of 30, I reckon. So yeah, very nerve-wracking. Maybe that's why I've got some of that in the back of my head, and that's what's causing some of my migraines this week. I don't know. But yeah, it's I might talk about this again tomorrow, and because that's where my head's at. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, it is what it is. And we'll just have to see what happens, and fingers crossed he gets the opportunity, because ultimately when they do this is for under 17s trials, when they do the under 18s in September, October time, the likelihood of Taylor being local is minimal. We believe he is going to be at sea. So yeah, it's unlikely that he's going to have the opportunity until he reaches the next stage group, which would be seniors, potentially under 20s, I think it is then. So yeah, what else can I talk about? I've probably got another 5 minutes before I'm at work. It is crazy, and you will see on the length of these videos sometimes, depending on how clear the roads are, how quick I can get to work versus other times. And I've tried to explain it to the kids and other people that yes, I come to work early, but it allows me to get so much more done at work whilst it's quiet, but also my journey to work is so much easier because I don't have as much traffic on the road. I get here so much quicker versus setting off even 10 minutes later sometimes. Yeah, it is very crazy how it works. So yeah, hoping to actually get some of my steps done this. I've not really been doing my steps each day, and hoping that I will get to reach my steps today. Certainly maybe doing some home visits, getting out of the car, just some extra ones. I had said before Easter that I was going to start doing some fun exercise, extra workouts and stuff, because I do nothing. I do the dog. There's nothing specific in my day, week, other than like just general, and going out, walking the dog and stuff. So I did say I'd start adding, even if it was just 15 minutes a day during the Easter half-term holidays, to then try and get myself into a bit of a routine. That didn't happen. So I do need to start thinking about that. But luckily the weather's getting better, and as long as I've got it in place soonish, it gives me also an opportunity to maybe change my body a little bit before my big 4-0 party in August. That is right, this girl here is has had 2 birthdays, or will have 2 birthdays this year. It's my big 40. It was my birthday in February. Didn't want a birthday party in February, so I'll have a birthday party in August. People think I'm crazy, but that's fine. So yeah, my birthday party is in August, which I need to start firming up arrangements for, and yeah, and potentially because of the theme of the party, I would like to have certain attributes of my body in a bit of a better shape. So yes, I do need to do a little bit on that. Well, here I am. I'm at work, and ultimately that's taken me 20 minutes. Sorry, I'm just reversing. This is my new parking spot that I've sort of taken over. I don't know who used to park here, but I've now designated it as my parking spot, because I have nowhere else to park. Well, I have the grass, but then I get blocks in. So it's Thursday. I hope everyone has a great Thursday. You will probably see this Friday or in a few days' time. I have currently been very consistent in uploading a video on either the evening or the following morning prior to me coming to work. But it's taken a lot to remember to sort of do a little bit of editing. I'm doing very little editing. I'm changing the camera angle a little bit, so I still keep a little bit of my privacy, and I'm adding captions. That is about it. As for anything else, that'll be zilch. There's no sort of editing suite at home or anything like that. Don't even have people to, yeah, nothing like that. So it is literally, you get a raw version, you get the same version as what you would have done if this was live. That's it. So enjoy your Thursday. One more get up. I hope you have a great day, guys, and thank you for those couple of people that have watched. And yeah, I appreciate it. But ultimately, like I said, this is mainly for me to be able to come into work and feel all those concerns, worries, or whatever I'm thinking in my head lifted out of my brain, ready so I can go to work. So enjoy your day. Thank you very much. Bye bye bye.